A very warm good morning, students. Welcome back. The next topic we are going to see about the Python variables. Before going to that, already last class we have discussed about the Python introduction part and history in what are the some features of Python programming language. Okay, then how to download all. Okay, those things we have discussed, right? The next topic is Python variables. It's a very interesting topic. Okay, you can consider in this a is a variable and plus is an operator and 9 is the constant. In this example, a is the variables. Okay, and if you give a value for 9, a is 10 or like 2 or 3, then the automatically compiler it will be considered as a it is a integer data type. Actually, what is Python variable? The Python variable, it is a kind of variable. It is used to store the data or it is used to store the values. Say for example, you can consider a equal to 10, then b equal to 1.1. Now the a equal to 10 means the integer value 10 it will be assigned to variable a, and 1.1 is it is a floating value, right? After a integer value, if you are giving a dot, then that particular number it will act as a floating value, right? Then here a and b are variables. Okay, the both the things are variables. Okay, you can consider this. I am a variable x. Okay, if I want to access if I have assigned a value with 42, okay, then automatically the x it will be belongs to which data type? Is of course it is automatically an integer data type because the 42 is a integer value, right? Then next here I am again I am a x, then I am a 42 integer object. As already I said, in Python programming, whatever the variables which you are passing, everything it will act as an object. Okay, there is no doubt in that. Okay, then next I am a y. Again the y also it will act as an object. Then the value it is assigned to y is 78. Again the 78 is integer value, but the x object is already used object, right? But the y is the newly created object in the same programming language, same program. Okay. Next, in C++, while you are declaring a variable, we should specify the data type like this. Okay, this data type you must give integer. Then my variable, this my variable it could be a any variables a to z you can use. You can use the a to z alphabets, you can frame the word, you can assign a value, or simply you can you use the letter A alone and assign a value. Okay. Here my variable is a variable name equal to 5. The 5 is a constant value which is assigned to a my variable. The my variable it is belongs to which data type? Is it is a integer data type. Okay, like this. After declaring a integer data type only we can able to assign a value. The assigned value it will be stored in this particular integer area memory allocation. Okay. In for example in Python programming language, again we are using the same variable as a my variable equal to 5. This things alone it is enough. Okay. Then the based on this value, your Python compiler automatically it will instantiate that it belongs to which data type. Then automatically it will be invoked. Okay. The my variable it will be the 5. It will be a belongs to integer data type. Okay. This one is the the data types which is available in the Python programming languages. Already you know that these things, right? Integer, string, list, okay? These are all will belongs to elements. The element is belongs to ordered groups, okay? Assignment, list, okay? There are lot of objects or data types are there in the Python programming language. Next, as I said, A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. What it means? The value 5, it is assigned to a variable A, and the value 10, it is assigned to a variable B. Then as usual, we will use the third variable to store the added value, right? Sum equal to A plus B. This two value will be added and it will be stored in the third variable sum. Then with the help of sum, we can able to print the value. Okay. Okay. In this, the A and B are variables. A it is stored with the value of 5 and B is assigned the value of 10, and for assigning it is used the equal to operator symbol. Okay. Then the next one is changing variable values. What that means? You can think of a variable as a bag to store books in it, and these books can be replaced at any time. Okay. Then for that, you have to write a program like this. For example, if X is a bag, it contains the 10 books. Okay. Along with this 10, you are going to add a one more book. So X equal to X plus 1. What it means? X equal to X is already the given value is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So the new value, new books number of books available in the bag is 11. Okay. It will use the increment operator plus. Okay. For assigning, we will use the assignment operator. These things already you have studied, right? Then the next one is, you can consider the example X equal to 34 minus 23, and Y you have assigned with a string hello. Next, what you are going to do? You are going to print the value of X and Y. If you give the print of X and Y, this value it will be subtracted and it will be displayed. Okay, why? What are the thing which you have given in the given as a string? It will be printed here. Next, while you are coming here, uh, X plus 1. What it means? The existing value of X is 34 minus 23. The 34 minus 23 is 11. The present value of X is 11. So here the value will become 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. The new value which is assigned to a variable X is 12. Okay. Next. Again, here what we are doing? Y equal to Y plus world. The existing value of Y is hello. Hello plus world, it will be print as hello world. X and Y, it will be printed. You can consider this X equal to 34 minus 23, Y, then X equal to X plus 1, Y equal to Y plus world. Print of X. If you give print of X, it will print 12 because here the value is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. Next, if you are printing the value of Y, what it will print? The existing value of Y is hello plus world. It will be printed as hello world. Okay. It is a very simple and easiest method. Next, you have to follow the rules for naming a variables. While you're naming a variables, you can use the alphabets from the smaller letters and upper cases. Okay, both the cases it is valid one, you can use it. Then we can use the digits from 0 to 9. Then if you want, you can use the underscore. Then next, it should not starts with digits. While you are giving a name for a variable, it should not starts with digits. It can starts with alphabets. A10, A12 or A1 you can give like that. But 1A, 1B, it is not allowed. Two or more words it used by using this underscore symbols. If I am using a two names and it as a single variable, okay, then for that I can use the underscore. For example, you can consider num, okay, the number, then salary, then first name, the first underscore name, then salary 1. Okay, these NUM means by default you know that it is a alphabet, right? This word is formed by using the alphabet, small alphabets. And here the same case for other three variables. Okay, then it will use the reserved words should not be used as a variable name. The reserved words like keywords, if, else, for, loop, except, try, then the data type names, integer, float, double, string, list. These things, it could not be used as a variable name. You should be very conscious in that. Okay, these things, it should not be used as a variable names. Okay, thank you. The next topic is Python keywords and identifiers. The Python keywords, the keywords are the reserved words, and this reserved words, it should not be used as a variable name, function name. Okay, it should not be used for any identifiers. Okay, and it will be used to define the syntax and structure for your programming language. And the keywords are case sensitive, as already you know in the C programming language itself. There are 33 keywords available in Python, but whereas in C programming language concern, there are 38 keys are used as a keywords. Okay. All the keywords except true, false, are and none are that should be in lowercase. But while you are giving this true, false, there are none. For those three keywords, the first letter that should be in uppercase in Python. But this true, false, none, and all, it is not a keyword in other programming languages. Okay, depends on the conditions. We can use true, false. These are all the some of the keywords which is available in the Python. You can see that here false, F, N, T. These things alone, it is given in an uppercase. The remaining rest of the keywords are everything in the lowercase. Okay. In this, you will use import, else, and okay. Day-to-day life, we will use some of the words, but that words here it will act as a keywords while you are coming with the programming languages. Okay. The next one is the Python identifiers. The Python identifier, it is a name given to the entity for identification purpose. Like for example, we are having a names, right? Why we are having a name? Because we are identified with the help of your names. Okay. But while you are coming to a college, the two or more numbers are having a same name. Then those persons, it could be identified with the help of their parents' name. If those things also it is same, then we will use the unique identifier number, that is your register number. Then here it will use this, where and all we will use this identifiers means in programming languages. It will be used for naming purpose. If you are naming a class, objects, variables, functions, okay, etc. for these things, for naming, we will use this identifiers. Mainly, it will be used to differentiate the entities from one another. Next, likewise, already we have seen the rules for naming and variables, right? Here also, while you are naming an identifier, you must follow the rules. They are here also you have to use the alphabets, lowercase, uppercase, and you can use the digits from 0 to 9. Then you can use the underscore symbol. Then again, the identifier names that should not start with any digits. If you are giving a two names, say for example, you are giving as a Ram Kumar or Raj Kumar, then you can these two names are differentiated by using this underscore. First you can type a Raj, then you can give the underscore, then you can give Kumar. Okay, the same things which is used in the variable, here also same it is applicable. Okay, next we will see the execution part. We will do some experiment with Python. You can open your Python IDE, then you can type a program. Already I have said you can give a equal to 10, it will be accepted, it will not generate any more errors. Then b equal to 5. For adding a two numbers, what we need a expression, right? A equal a plus b. You can give the third variable as sum, as I have given in a PPT. So I am using the same term here too. Sum equal to a plus b. Okay. If you give this, automatically it will be a and b value will be added and it will be stored in the variable sum. If you give that particular variable name sum, it will print the value. But here there is no need to use the print method and all. Directly if you give this sum, it will be printed on the console. Next, already we have seen that x equal to 34 minus 23, I think so. But I'm not sure. Then y equal to hello, right? Hello. There is no need to give the semicolon. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the value of x. If I give x, the value will be printed. If I give print of y, then it will print the y value. Okay. If you give print, it will accept it. If you forget to give print, that also it is accepted. So you can consider here, I didn't give the print, but it is displayed the value of x. Okay. But here I have used a print. Here it will print it. If you give print or you are not giving, it will be display the value which is available in this values, okay, variables. Next, I'm going to use same variable x equal to x plus 1, right? This value will be added. X value, what is the x value? X value is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. This value, it will be added and it will be stored in this value x variable. Next variable I have used as y, right? Y equal to, already I have given a string for y, right? Y equal to y plus I have given as hello. There is no need to, it is not a compulsion to give hello world. It's your choice. If you want to give your name, if you are having a two names, you can use it. Okay. What it will do means the y it is having a hello and plus world. The hello world it will be added and it is stored in y. Now what I am going to do, I am going to print the value of x, right? The value of x is printed, right? Already we have discussed that. Here the value of x is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 is stored in x. Now what I am doing, I am printing the x value, it is printed. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to print the y value. What I already have said, the y is hello, already it is stored y is hello plus world. Hello plus world is added and it is printed with single quotes. Okay. This is about the variable and variable usages. So the variable is an variable, it is used in a programming language. It is used to store the value. Whatever the value which we are assigning, it will be stored in that particular variable. Okay. Then it automatically it will allocate the memory.